Hey everyone, it's Mel. Welcome back to the garden. I came straight home right after work. Oh, airplane coming overhead, sorry for the noise. And I thought I need to get these girls in the ground because A, they need to get some water and fertilizer going so they can get a bit bigger. And B, I'll show you that I need to now start covering the peach tree bed where I have my peach tree because she is not doing so well. As you can see, she has a really bad bout of peach tree leaf curl. I missed a couple of sprays, like spray sessions that I should have done between the winter and spring, and I think that allowed her to get really just sort of yucky. So what's going to happen now is that the leaves are going to fall and they're going to cover this area here where I just weeded and freshly put down some beautiful mulch. So instead of looking at these ugly leaves, I'd rather look at these. So what I'm going to do is I have 3 here. Let me show you what we're working with. This is the Supertunia Vista Jazzberry. Is that Jazzberry? Jazzberry. It's a Supertunia Vista. So you guys know what that means. This girl is going to get nice, big, wide. Again, it says 12 inches by 24 inches, but I find that it gets a bit wider than that, which is exactly what I need to cover this area. Let me show you what I'm talking about a little closer. So here we are. The leaves are just starting to fall off the peach tree, and that's not going to look very pretty after we get more leaves falling down. So what I'm going to do here is plant 3 Supertunia Vista Jazzberry in this area. Let me zoom back so you can see a bit more. And that will allow us to have a pretty sea of pink to look at versus this stuff here. That's gonna start falling off the tree here pretty soon. So we have our biotone starter fertilizer, I have my kneeling pad, and yeah, let's get ready to get these girls in the ground. Okay, so we are all done here. I brought over a Supertunia Vista bubble gum just so that you can see the color difference between the bubble gum and the jazzberry. You can see that the jazzberry is a bit deeper in the pink Do you see how pretty that is? The bubblegum is just a hint lighter pink, like bubblegum. You see how cute? So I just wanted to give you that comparison, because in my last video I potted up the Supertunia Vista bubblegums, but if you don't see it next to each other, they can look a little similar. So let's just step back and just take a look at what we've done. We have a trio of the Jazzberry here planted under this sad looking peach tree. Now, Supertunia Vista really like full sun, and because I have an open vase system, somewhat, on this peach tree, they'll get a lot of sun. So not to worry about that. They'll get all the sunlight they need, which is nice. But let's take a look at this bed. I call it the peach tree bed for obvious reasons. Oh, sad looking peach tree. But let's start from the beginning of the bed, closer towards the house. And what do we have here? These are the creeping phlox. I put a few of these here. They're actually now going out of bloom. They bloom in early spring. These beautiful pink blooms, but they're now starting to fade out as the weather gets warmer. And I put them here to help me combat the weeds. They are trying, but I don't know if you can see that. They still pop up. That's okay. You do it little by little every year, and every year the weeds will decrease. This is our vanilla strawberry hydrangea. Look at the stem color on this hydrangea. Isn't that so deep and pretty? And the blooms will come out panicle shape. It's a panicle hydrangea. And they start off white and they turn eventually like half white and half pink. That's the name, vanilla strawberry hydrangea. And let's keep moving down towards the jazzberry. Here's what we planted earlier. That is our autumn joy sedum. When we planted it, there were no buds. Now look at that, it's all budded up and ready to go. I'm so excited. That will come into full bloom late summer. And lining the bed here, we have a row of heuchera, and I mixed it with the two different colors. I think one is a rose heuchera, roseberry. Gosh, I forget the name now. But it's the line from Proven Winners. And just look at, I don't love heucheras for the blooms. I love it for the foliage. But this I love. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? I would leave these here. It's just really a pretty contrast, the white or the cream color against a really dark purpley pink. I love that. And look at this one here. Those blooms, you can barely see them, so dark, but they're gorgeous. I love it. What else do we have here? Here we have a trio of double knockout roses. There's one there in the back, and they are just starting to open up. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that streak of white in the middle. Where did that come from? I didn't see that before. Oh, I love nature. So beautiful. But look at this here. Look at all of the buds we have going. This one is budded up so nicely. So it looks like they'll probably all open around the same time, and we're gonna have a good show. Moving down, here I have a trio of echinacea or purple coneflower, and those two will bloom late summer as well. So I have a mixture of things that like will bloom in the spring. Obviously the heuchera stay not as vibrant in the winter, but they basically stay like this throughout the winter. The blooms don't. They will die down, but they stay this way. Obviously the roses go to sleep, and the echinacea, they die back down to the ground and come back in the spring, and then will bloom in the summer. And as we walk further towards where we were just planting, back there, oh, I think I'm gonna have to move this tree. My hair gets stuck under all of the leaves, is a hibiscus. I'm trying to remember the name. It's one of those big pink dinner plate hibiscus. Oh, now that will also bloom in the late summer, which is also nice too, to have these annuals here, because while we wait for the hibiscus, while we wait for the echinacea, we can enjoy these girls here. Let's keep going further down. Here I have an Atlas rose, and she just opened her first bloom a couple of days ago. And even though that bloom is so small, the fragrance from that one bloom is delicious. I need to get another one, and I'm gonna put it on my patio so that when I'm just sitting out on the patio, maybe reading a book, and a gentle wind or a gentle breeze goes by, I can smell that beautiful fragrance. Here is where I stopped. You can see the clear demarcation in the mulch, but here's why I had to like stop and take a break. But on this side of the bed, don't mind the weeds. They're fine. They're hanging out. We have, look how beautiful. This is a mix of pink dawn salvia and what is that other one? I need some tags, y'all. Can't remember anything. Rose Marvel salvia. I think 3 years ago now, 3 years ago, I planted only 5. I planted 4 pink dawn salvias and 1 rose marvel. I put the rose marvel in the middle, somewhere over here, and I put the 4 pink dawn salvias around it. And now there are like 15 of them in here. I did not plant 15. I did not buy 15. I only planted 5. And look at that. Isn't that wild? God, I love that so much. And look, you can see the babies are popping up. That's how they start. They just pop up. Here's a new one here. This little guy here is new and is already has blooms. There's another little guy there that popped up. I mean, and this is why I wait a little longer to weed this area, because let's get that a little better. There, we got it. Because I don't want to accidentally take out one of the new guys that's coming up. Let me show you. There's another new one here. Here, we got it. Look at that. It looks like a weed. See how close it's growing to this weed? But it's not. It's one of the salvias. Can you see that? You see that little guy coming up? So, oh, and here's another one. Holy mackerel. Y'all, this bed is basically taking care of itself. That's so great. All right, let's finish and we'll wrap this up. And lining the bed on this side are, just gotta touch it. Here we go. That just feels so good. This should be a blanket. This is lamb's ear, and that name is just a perfect. And the same with this. This one will spread so nicely, this plant. I only purchased, I think, 3. I cut some in half, divide it, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Spread it out nicely. And look at that. When I put them in first, they were just puny and sad. I didn't think they were going to make it. I said, oh no, maybe I shouldn't have divided them. I ruined it, but no. They came back beautifully healthy, strong, robust. And I'm gonna get a few more to put here. But yeah, look at the salvia here. I didn't plant any of these over here. This looks like the Rose Marvel because the pink is a bit deeper than the Pink Dawn. Do you see how that's a little lighter? Oh, that's coming through okay. So over here, more echinacea. I affectionately call it Eckie. And another there. And then as we move on, those back there, that's also the pink dinner plate hibiscus, probably like a summerific something, one of the summerific lines in there. Now the reason I leave those are from last year. I leave them there so that I know where they are, so that when I'm weeding and cleaning out the side of the bed eventually, I don't accidentally take them up. But you can see they're coming back from sleep. Look at that. That's the echinacea. That's how they come back. They die down to the ground all the way, die back all the way, and then they come back up like this. And you can miss it if you don't know what you're looking for because the weeds are growing right next to it, which I have to take care of here pretty soon. But okay, let me step out and not hurt any of the good girls. Okay, sorry about that. And ending this bed tour is, that's a hydrangea. This one, this is a pink one. Shoot, I forget her name. She's a pink one, but she is in the Annabelle family, so smooth hydrangea or arborescens hydrangea. She grows on new growth, and I haven't even deadheaded last year's blooms. As you can see, I haven't gotten to the side of the bed yet. That's okay, we'll get there. But look at this already. She is budded up. She's gonna put on a good show this year. I'm so excited. Echinacea here, also need to cut off the blooms. I leave the seed heads on for the birdies over the winter, or whoever needs to eat over the winter, and also in hopes that it'll drop and start to spread itself like the salvia did. Ooh, those girls, ooh. And this one here, this is one of the first hydrangeas I planted. Don't mind this weed here. One of the first hydrangeas I planted in my garden. She's also all budded up. Another arborescent. This one is Invincible Spirit 2. And I believe this is the one where if you make a purchase, proven winners will donate to support breast cancer research awareness funding. So you get a beautiful plant and you also do well, you do good. I'm ready for her to take off. When I planted her initially 4 years ago now, she was teeny tiny, and now she has, that's about a 4-foot spread on her from tip to tip. So yeah, 3.5, 4 feet. So I'm excited. Okay, y'all, I just wanted to give you that quick tour so you can just get a sense of where I'm putting the jazzberry and why. Because again, my poor baby, the peach tree, she's not looking good. I also get some peaches, but she's just gonna look ugly. But that's okay, right? It's not all about beauty. Well, maybe for the garden, maybe for the garden it is, but also get some peaches. I'm just trying to prepare for when she starts dropping those bad leaves all over the bed here, in hopes that the jazzberry will help to camouflage some of that once they take off and get going. Well, thank you so much for joining me, y'all. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave me a comment. And yeah, take care, everyone.